Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the card of today for the 22nd of August 2016. I hope you've all had a lovely weekend. I said that I was going to use the zombie tarot today. I picked the zombie tarot up and I was told a big fat no. So sorry, I haven't got the zombie tarot, but I'm going with the Old Faithfuls. I'm going with the Morgan Greer deck. And I don't know why they didn't want me to use the zombie, but I was told not to. So, like I say, it's Morgan Greer you have today. A lovely card to start the week off. What we have the Ten of Cups. And the first thing that came in with this is love and rainbows. I've mentioned before that I sign a lot of my emails and stuff like that, and love and rainbows are just two of the things I love, really. But this card has such a wonderful, wonderful feel to it. The Ten of Cups it's one of my favorite cards in the deck. I always love it when I see this come up. And to me, I always call it the "and they all lived happily ever after" card. It's a bit like the fairy tale. It has everything that you need within it. So it speaks of contentment, emotional fulfillment, spiritual satisfaction, inner satisfaction, harmony, joy, happiness. That's what it is. And it's usually connected within relationships as well, this card. It, it speaks of like an unconditional love as well, something where you don't have to earn, and it's like an idyllic state, and it's a time when all of your dreams and wishes can come true, and it's sort of like you are truly blessed with this as well. And like I say, there's a gratitude comes in with it as well. So it's a lovely, lovely card to have. It really talks about that feeling that you get when you're in love, and it's like it's a feeling of security, it's a feeling of appreciation, and it's the simple things as well that money can't buy. I mean, this is what sort of Hollywood have made millions on, trying to depict this. And the thing is some people don't actually experience this in a lifetime, but it is such a beautiful thing. And when you have experienced it, that is when you know that the Ten of Cups sort of does exist as well. I always say that they say that to love and be loved is the greatest feeling in the world, and that's what this card says. So what if we look at the card here? Sorry, the lighting's really bad there. If we have a look at the card here, what I find interesting, especially within this deck as well, is we have the two arms coming together and they're holding the same cup. So cups are our emotions, our heart, things like that. That's what the cups represent. And what is lovely about this is it's totally balanced. We have three on the feminine side and three on the masculine side. And then when they come together in the middle, the hands join and bang, we get the rainbow, So that's where the magic is. Now, there's always a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow as well. And what I want to say within this as well is it's like, in a lot of times to have a rainbow, we really must have had to put up with the rain. So this is sort of a time when the dark skies have gone. I mean, if we have a look at this, it's blue skies. There's lush scenery around there as well. The waters are blue. It's like it's very fertile. Everything's getting nourished there as well, and it's sort of like I don't know, it's sort of like a realization of desires as well. When this card comes in, it's that you're realizing your desires and you have them. What I find interesting with this card as well, like I say, with the Morgan Greer deck compared to traditional tarot or other cards in other decks, is within this card, you're not seeing the figures. We can see there that there's a male arm and we can see that there's a female arm, and they're quite nice arms, them as well. They look, there's a strength seems to be in them, but the figures aren't showing. So what I always say when this comes out in a reading is that this is it's there, but it's not there yet, if that makes sense. So it's like, this is, I feel that if you are not feeling the Ten of Cups yet, then it is on its way. It's a card of, there seems to be a lot clearer thinking around this as well. There's this contentment I've mentioned, but there's an alignment, because there's a spiritual satisfaction as well. Easy for me to say that. And it's like, relationships that are running smoothly, they are flowing. We've got the river here, and it's like it just flows. It's not hard work. Like I said earlier, it's a love that you don't have to earn, so there's no conditions with it. It's just being who you are, and being safe to be who you are as well. So like I say, there seems to be a lot of clarity, and it's like, when this card comes in, it's sort of like a relationship where you can just relax into it, and you can just be. There's no, I don't know, there's no awkwardness. That's it, or no, or walking on eggshells. It's funny, I've been talking to a couple of people this weekend about their relationships and different things, and it was quite interesting to see how they feel with it, and it was quite sad to see that none of them are feeling this Ten of Cups with it. There was always a price to pay, and they didn't ask for my advice, so I didn't give it. But like I say, if they had have asked, I would have had something to say. So like I say, with this card, there's a wonderful, wonderful feeling comes in with it. And it's saying that, just hang in there, because I really don't feel it's going to be long before there is this, they all lived happily ever after, sort of feeling, and this satisfaction that this brings as well. And it's, I don't know, when I first pulled this card, it was quite strange. I got the Beatles song, All You Need Is Love, but when the trumpets sort of go, and I got that, and it's nothing, sorry, I'm trying to get the words there, nothing you can do that can't be done, or something. I don't know. But anyway, that was what initially, when I pulled this card, that actually came in. And it's just, it's a really, really beautiful card, this. It's, I don't know, I think this is what most people would aspire to have, and most people would aspire to be part of as well. And I've mentioned before, sorry, just bringing that in, I mentioned before that, once during a conversation, I said that the reason we were here on earth was to experience what love is. And I was told that it was to experience what love isn't, because then when we get this Ten of Cups, then we actually recognize it, and we appreciate it, and realize how much of a blessing that it is that we're given. So like I say, a much nicer start to the week from last week, and it's a really, really, it's just a beautiful card. It's basically everything that you would ever want. That is what is in this card. Now, I seem to have done that card really, really quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull another Osho one, because that's, I seem to have flew through that. I don't know why, but I'm going to pull an Osho card here just to go with it, because I really liked doing that last week. I think the Osho cards just give a little bit of, they add a little bit to the tarot cards as well. So we'll see what we've got. Right, okay. Absolutely. One of my favorite Osho cards as well. I love this. This is a card called New Vision. Now, when we look at this card, it's about, I don't know, if we have a look at this figure here, I always see the figure, it's like in warrior pose in yoga. So there's a strength with this. It's a ready to actually go after what you have. Now, I don't know if you can see that clearly. There's a figure that's been on his knees there, like really sort of worn out. He's not seeing anything. All he's seeing is the ground. So this card is talking about by looking at things differently, this is when you can rise up. This is when you find your strength. Now, what's interesting, which is sticking out to me there, is can we see there's sort of like a house behind as well, you know? So that's a security. Often in the Ten of Cups, we have, in other tarot decks, we have a house behind as well with it. But what we've also got here is we've got this moon. Now, last week was all about the moon, and we've got the stars in the sky here, which all signify wishes. And like I've said, the Ten of Cups is all about wishes and dreams coming true. But what's happened is because this figure has actually got off his knees, stopped looking at the floor, he's now stands strong, he's now looking to the heavens, you know, because this is like a divine connection as well. So he's looking to the heavens there, and he's ready to go forward. Like I say, he's in warrior pose. It's like, you know, I'm prepared to go after what I get. If we have a look as well, I don't know if you can see that, there's like sort of angel wings here as well, which whenever angel wings come into me, it's always something that's destined. It's something that's been given a gift, you know, from above. I'm sorry, I've just looked at the clock there and it was 11:11. So, and it's all gone dark there. Right, okay. So if we have a look, there's a lot of, can you see like sort of the leaves and everything growing within his body? You know, so there's a real, it's like coursing through his veins, you know, and feeling very connected, feeling very aligned. And we have all colours of the chakras there as well, you know. So, like I say, there's a really a lovely strong feeling coming in with this card. And I just feel that it's verifying that if this isn't here now, last week was all about, I don't know, it was all about us sort of struggling, and it was all about us trying to find our way, I think, in a bit. But I really feel with this, it's like, you know, once we look at things differently, once we step into our power, this is when I feel that we can have this Ten of Cups. We can have this like idyllic life that at one time we only actually dreamed of, you know. This is quite strange because it's bringing back a lot from last week, and last week was all about the, you know, the wanting to believe and, you know, sort of maybe doubting it a bit, whereas this, the energy is really, really high with this. I'm sort of, you know, I'm feeling it quite a lot there. And like I say, I don't usually pull the cards straight away, but we talked about rebirth last week, and this is what this is about as well. It's like, you know, things are changing. He's got, you know, he's ready now to go after what he wants as well, and it's an opportunity to sort of see life in all of its dimensions as well. I mentioned spiritual before, so this is like mind, body, and soul. And I really feel it's sort of like coming out of the darkness as well. I mentioned that last week. But it's once you have a different perspective on something, you know, it's like you're stronger and wiser. And the bad period that you've been through has made you strong, and now you're ready to take them lessons and leave the rest behind. Right, okay, so that was just what was coming through. So this is sort of a bit like a sort of transcendental injection here of something that's quite a strange card. I've never had them two cards together before, but you know, they do seem to work. So whatever you are experiencing at the moment, please know that there is something good coming, and there is something like better on its way. I think this is what it's saying. I mentioned the moon, which the moon shows up in that card. There's been a lot of clearing out, a lot of sorting out. I've spent the full weekend actually sorting my house out because I'm making big changes, which I've been putting off for years. But I finally bit the bullet and done it because I know that I need to, and all it was doing was just weighing me down. So I literally have a dining room full of bags. I think I have about 24 bin liners that I'm actually throwing things out. I'm getting rid of stuff that I've kept for years, but you know, it's time now. I need to be lighter, and I need to be lighter for my freedom that's coming. So I hope you like those cards. A bit of a strange feel with those today. I'm sorry, you know, if I'm not coming through like I normally do, but you know, there's a bit of a strange feeling, and I really feel that I'm just getting there, that it's October. I really feel by October that this could be there, you know. So it's just take a different perspective. Realize what your true desires are, what it is you truly want, and know that they're there for you, you know, if you want them. But I really feel that this is more to do with relationships, but the fact that you're not seeing the people yet, it's like I say, it's coming together. Sorry, they're giving me loads of Beatles tunes today. I don't know what the crack is with the Beatles, but yeah, that Come Together song just came into my head there. So if that means anything to somebody, then you know that message was for you. But I don't know. That's not a special song to me in any way. But I hope you like those cards. I'll be back tomorrow with the cards of today, and I see what they bring. But a much more light-hearted feel with these ones for the start of the week, I think. If anybody would like a reading with me, please get in touch. I do have availability this week. The link to my website is below, and the link to my Facebook as well. You can book through that. I do Skype, I do phone, I do email readings. I think there may be a little offer being put on this week as well. I think I was told to do something like that, but I'll let you know when I'm actually sure exactly what it is. But have a fabulous day. There's some really nice energies coming through with those cards. There's a calmness, and there will be celebrations as well, I'm being told. So look out for that. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow with the card of today. Satnam.